What's up, my juice lovers? Charlie Wetlaufer here. Welcome to the Cold Pressed Truth. So this is my first update since I actually started the juice cleanse. I started the juice cleanse Wednesday night. I said I was going to start at 6 p.m., but the day kind of got away from me, and I ended up eating dinner late. So I didn't officially cut out solid food until 9 p.m. So 9 p.m. last night was 24 hours. It's about 10 a.m. on Friday now, so I'm about 37 hours into the cleanse. So I've got my necessary supplies with me. I made 3 recipes to start. First of all, I've got this is my lemon ginger shot. It's mostly ginger, then it has some apple and lemon in it. Hey, who says you can't do shots in the morning, right? Ooh. Spicy. I've got my carrot-based juice. So this is carrot. It was supposed to be orange, but what happened is I was at the store. I picked up some navel oranges, and when I actually got into the lab and cut them open, I realized they were grapefruits. And I do remember when I was at the store that I thought they looked kind of like grapefruits, but they're labeled as navel oranges. I should have trusted my instincts. So I bought them, and it turned out they were grapefruits. So I didn't add as much grapefruits as I would have added oranges. I thought it would be okay, but it's actually pretty bad. I would caution anyone, if you ever considered substituting grapefruit for orange juice in every recipes, it's not a good idea. So it's supposed to be carrot, orange, apple, turmeric, lemon, ginger. They're also out of turmeric. So this is carrot, apple, pineapple, lemon, ginger. Forgot the pineapple there. So it's kind of my sweeter juice I like to have for breakfast. Then I made a green juice here. This is cucumber base. Got some apple in there, kale, romaine lettuce, celery, spinach, just a touch of parsley and broccoli just because I like the smell. Then again, I was going to add just a few oranges because I like the combination of orange with the green juice. But instead, I added a couple grapefruits. It's disgusting. Again, don't add grapefruit to a juice instead of orange. The aftertaste is not good. I think especially because of broccoli and parsley in here, the grapefruit just does not mix well. But either way, I made it, so I'm going to drink it. It's not bad. It's just the aftertaste is not good. I've got my water. So I like bubbles in my water. I have a soda stream. I'm drinking about probably 4 or 5 liters of water a day. And then one thing I don't have here is I mentioned this a couple times. When I get really hungry, I'll drink some water with sea salt in it. And I was running with my buddy Chris today. Let me show you a little video clip here. The 5-mile run at day 2. Chris, good. A little chilly or a little windy. Not too cold. Yeah. I'm crying. He's crying. So Chris is actually on day 28 of his juice cleanse. And this is the first time he's worked out. So I gave him credit. He got out there and ran 5 miles with me in the wind and the cold in Buffalo. And, kudos to him. I'm only on day 2, so I can't imagine running like that. 28 days of not eating solid food. So after the run today, let's look at my stats here. I started the cleanse the night of the 28th. And on 29th, yesterday, after my workout, I weighed 211.4 pounds. And that was a 55-minute cycling workout. I burned about 713 calories. Today we ran over 5 miles. We burned 821 calories. And somehow I'm all the way down to 206.8. I actually weighed myself twice, and the second time I came in at like 206.2. So I think the weight's pretty accurate. Just basically down, yeah, pretty much 5 pounds since yesterday. Most of that is because I don't have solid food in my body. I know that every time I do a fast, 24 hours after I start, I'm always about 3 pounds lighter. But now I have an additional 2 pounds. Maybe I sweated a lot on the run, and some of that is water weight. I don't know. It's pretty crazy to see a 5 pound drop in one day. I've never seen that before. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Maybe it will stay steady. I also made a little video here to show the my juice making process. Let me pull that up real quick. Just about to head into Wegmans to get all my supplies for the juice cleanse. So there's all the produce I'm buying. I buy as organic as much as possible. Some of the things weren't available in organic. Ready to go with the green recipe here. And then, so I know the audio is kind of hard to hear in the video, so I'm just going to explain this. Basically, I have a cutting board next to the produce that's all washed, and then I have the X1 Mini. Place for a second. Which I'll use to peel stuff and prep some produce in between batches. Basically, and then what I'm explaining there is, instead of peeling all the lemons and cutting the ends off the vegetables that need it, before I start the process, I wait until I start, because once you grind the produce and you hit the press button on the X1 Mini, you have 4 minutes before you can grind the next batch. So I use that time to prepare for the next batch. So I actually don't peel anything until I start the process. I find it's the most efficient way. Pressing a batch in the X1 Mini, I have about... All right, so I ground the first batch here and I'm pressing. All right, sorry, I'm just about to grind here. Put in some kale. I usually mix leafy greens with something softer, like cucumber or apple. Grinding. I was trying to film this all with one hand, so it's pretty tough. There's the green juice. So you can actually fill up the pitcher, and I even overflowed it at one point yesterday when I was making the juice. I basically overfilled the press without realizing it. Like, I filled it too high. It was full of some really juicy stuff like pineapple and cucumbers. And then when I pressed it, it actually filled over the 64 ounces, so more than half a gallon, and overflowed the pitcher, which was pretty crazy. That doesn't happen often, but you have to be using really juicy produce to make that happen. So there was also, I got a little feedback about a couple of things I'm doing in my cleanse. Over at community.goodnature.com, I basically started a blog where I'm tracking my cleanse every day. You can check it out. I'll put the link below. And someone named Linda Potter posted, because one of my rules, I said I'm going to work out and burn 700 calories every day. And she posted, she said, it almost defeats the purpose of a fast for you to exercise. Your body is supposed to rest and heal and cannot do so as well when you are so vigorously exercising. It could also be dangerous, especially on a 30-day fast. Please reconsider. Please read any book on fasting and see why. So I have heard that you're supposed to rest while you're fasting. However, I know there's also people that believe that that's unnecessary. My personal view on it, and again, I'm not a nutritionist, I haven't studied this a lot, is that the reason our body stores fat is so that we have reserve energy for times when we don't have food. So it doesn't make sense to me and why you wouldn't want to use those reserves when you can, you know, especially someone like me. I mean, I put on weight really easily. Probably some of my body fat has been there forever, you know, for a long time. So it makes me feel good to think I'm finally burning those old fat cells off, right? And so I did do a little research. I still haven't read a book. She recommended a bunch here. So thank you, Linda, for recommending books. I will pick, I will try to pick one of those up and read into it. But basically, I did a little research online, and they say when your body's burning all those old fat cells, you're releasing toxins into your bloodstream. So then your organs have to work to remove those toxins from your blood, so you're not giving your organs a rest, which kind of makes sense. But on the other hand, I don't see how burning extra fat can ever be bad. Like, even if it's putting toxins in your bloodstream, the reason we have a liver is to remove toxins from our bloodstream. And my goal of the fast is to eliminate putting bad stuff in my body for a week. By bad stuff, I just mean stuff my body has to work really hard at digesting, right? And it's not so much to give my liver a break. I'm 33 years old. I'm healthy. Work out all the time. I eat a pretty healthy diet. Well, I guess it depends on who you ask. I don't eat processed foods. Rarely ever. I won't say never, but rarely ever I eat processed foods. I don't eat a lot of bread or bleached flour and all that stuff. I tend to eat mostly vegetables, fish, chicken. Occasionally I'll eat red meat, but everything I eat is made from scratch most of the time. I cook a lot. It depends, but sometimes I'll cook every day for a while, or even sometimes twice a day. And then sometimes I won't cook so much for a while. But I do believe that most of what I put in my body is good. So I don't know. I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing. I'm going to work out. I'm going to hit my goal of 700 calories a day while I'm on a cleanse. Part of me feels good to show people that you can do that. If you desire to work out, like I work out nearly every day anyway. So if I were to stop working out, I feel like that would really be changing my daily schedule around, and I want to prove to myself more than anything that I can go without solid food for a week and continue to go through my daily routine, and that being hungry is kind of just a mental thing. If you go into it with the right mentality, your body will use your energy reserves. It will use the nutrients you're putting in your body with your juice, and you can continue to function like a normal human being. Of course, I could be wrong. We'll see how I feel, 5 days into the cleanse, but right now I feel pretty good. It ended up being a 5.7 mile run this morning with Chris, and I don't know. I feel great. I don't feel like I need to stop working out, and I need to rest more. But we'll see how I feel later. The other thing is that a lot of people cut out coffee when they do a juice cleanse. I was talking to Chris about that this morning, and he said for him, it's if you really want to break free from all that stuff, it's almost more like a spiritual thing. Like caffeine is a drug, right? And if you're doing a true cleanse, maybe you shouldn't be putting any drugs like caffeine in your body for a while. And I get that as well. But again, for me, this isn't so much as a spiritual thing. It's just eliminating putting stuff in my body for a while that my body has to work real hard to break down. And coffee itself, if you think about it, it's just you're taking beans and you're soaking them in hot water. It's not chemicals or preservatives or whatever other crap is put in other foods. You don't find that in good coffee. So I feel okay about consuming coffee. Maybe next time I do a cleanse, I'll try it without coffee. But for now, this is working for me. So to wrap it up, 37 hours into the cleanse, feeling good. Been sticking out to my workout schedule. My energy is good. I'm not that hungry. All in all, mentally, I feel great. I think it's important if you're going to do a cleanse that you don't just wake up feeling like maybe you're unhealthy. So you're like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go on a cleanse starting right now. At least it doesn't work for me. What I have to do is put a date on the calendar, figure out what's going to work for my life. Like I made sure that this is a week where I won't be traveling and that I don't have a lot of stuff on the calendar other than being home and, being in the office and just daily stuff that I can do, that I can plan and work my cleanse into my daily life. I can make juice. I can have juice with me at all times. And then, so I made that decision about a month before I actually started the cleanse. So you have a lot of time to prepare. I was meditating on it, thinking deeply, especially like the few days leading up to it, just like getting mentally prepared. And so far, I feel good. Thank you for the support, everyone that's sending me message on Instagram. My IG handle is CWJuice if you want to follow me. And some people have been sending me emails telling me they're following it, and following on the community. If you want to chat with me, you can leave a comment here on YouTube, or you can go to community.goodnature.com and join in the conversation there. Either way, thanks again so much for support. Please subscribe to the channel so you get notified when I post new videos. Peace, love, juice.